Okay, hello class. In this video, I will give you a review about direct questions and indirect questions, and also give you the correct answers to the last week's assignment. Okay, so I would like to remind you once more about direct questions and indirect questions. So remember, one of the way for us English speakers to show politeness, especially in formal situation, is by using the indirect questions. Yeah. For example, formal situations can be when you're in office, yeah, and you're talking to your colleague, to your boss, or maybe um, your clients in the office, or when you're talking to someone that you've just met or to strangers. That's also considered quite a formal situation. Yeah, you should sound a more formal way. um, you should use a formal language there. Another situation that require you to use more polite sentences and more formal sentences is when you're talking to someone with higher status. For example, in the school, you're talking to your teacher, or when you're in college, you're talking to your professors, or maybe just talking to your boss. Okay, you need some formality there, and then you can use the indirect questions when you're asking questions in these situations. Okay, so all right, so how do we make an indirect question? Okay, yeah, we learned about it last week, and it's just a review. So I would like to remind you that you should always use affirmative sentence. Okay, remember, even though it's a question, but you're using noun clause here. So for the question, you use affirmative sentence, not the interrogative one. Okay. What's the difference? Remember that when interrogative, here you're using the inverted structure. Yeah. For example, yeah, like this question. Yeah. What time is? Yeah. This is the inverted construction. You have the verb and then the subject later. And in the affirmative or the positive construction, you add the be is after the subject. Yeah, like this one. Do you know what time Dr. Mackenzie's flight is expected to arrive? So always use affirmative sentence construction. Okay, the second reminder is that when there is not a question word in the question, so it's a yes or no question, you should add if or whether. They both mean similarly, yeah, means the same even. So they're interchangeable. The question is, will Dr. Mackenzie stay at Ritz-Carlton or Fairmont? Okay, please notice there's no question word here, so you can use whether or if. In this case, I use whether. I wonder whether Dr. Mackenzie will stay. Remember, positive or affirmative construction. Whether Dr. Mackenzie will stay at Ritz-Carlton or Fairmont. And thirdly, okay, don't use if or whether if you find or when you find or when you use do you think. Okay, I'm using the same question here. Will Dr. Mackenzie stay at Ritz-Carlton or Fairmont? But I'm using do you think here. Okay, so please notice I don't use whether or if. Do you think Dr. Mackenzie will stay at Ritz-Carlton or Fairmont? Okay, keep in mind these three important pointers so that you can make indirect questions. Now, let us um, let us talk about your assignment. Yeah, and now for our assignment, um, I will discuss it one by one from number one. Okay, so the first one, is there a bookshop near here? All right, so you see that is a yes or no question, no question word. So, and we're using you know, not do you think. So we have to add if or whether. Yeah, and don't forget to change the structure from interrogative to affirmative. It will be like this. Do you know? You can use if or you can use whether. The bookshop is near here. For the second one, we have question word. Yeah, so we have to use the question word and change the interrogative into the affirmative. Okay, remember when the auxiliary is do, it means you have to omit it in affirmative structure. Yeah, it's like, okay, for example, I give you an affirmative sentence here, like, I like this cake. Yeah, this is the affirmative structure. If you want to make it into question, it will be like, do I, like this cake? Okay, we add do here. So if we want to revert it from the question into affirmative, we just omit the do, just like in this one. It will be like this. Could you tell me how I get to the station? All right. Next, should I give taxi drivers a tip? All right. So there is no question word, so we can use if or whether. Oh, wait a minute. We use do you think? Yeah. If it is do you think that we use, we don't add if or whether. So we just use the positive or the affirmative construction. Do you think I should get to the station? Sorry. Let me revise it. Yeah. Do you think I should give taxi drivers a tip? Yeah, this is the correct one. Okay, number 4. What time do the bank close? We have the question word, so we don't have to add if or whether, and we just need to make it into affirmative construction. Have you any idea? The question is what time the banks close. Now, number 5. Where's the nearest post office? Yeah, remember that the apostrophe is here is the constructed form for where is. Yeah, so if we want to make it into affirmative, we just move the is to the end of the sentence, because the is the verb. The verb should be after the subject. Where is the nearest post office? It becomes, can you tell me where the nearest post office is? Okay, as you see, very simple. Yeah, but you just need to practice to make yourself used um, to make yourself be used to the construction, and you can do it well. Okay, thank you all. That's it. Bye bye.